Thank you for joining us for the 4th Annual Global Summit on Kidney Innovations, Global Kidney Patient Voice, the Key to Accelerating Innovation, a collaborative partnership between the American Association of Kidney Patients and the George Washington School of Medicine and Health Sciences. My name is Kevin Fowler, and I'm a former board member for the American Association of Kidney Patients, and I continue to serve as a AAKP Ambassador for the state of Missouri. I'm also someone living with kidney disease, having received a preemptive kidney transplant in 2004. And based upon my experience of living with the consequences of polycystic kidney disease and facing the reality of kidney failure, my goal was to avoid dialysis by receiving a preemptive transplant. And my hope for all individuals suffering from kidney disease and facing kidney transplant is for them never need to go on dialysis and to receive a preemptive transplant, so that a preemptive transplant becomes more the norm rather than the exception as it is right now. And as a fellow patient advocate, or as a fellow patient, I have a deep passion for patient advocacy and patient engagement in the production and device lifecycle of novel treatments that answer the need and preferences of patients and their families. And those that are going through the journey of kidney disease firsthand, who really know what it's all about. This passion has led me into a career spanning over 30 years in both commercial and research and development roles for commercial enterprises. In addition to my role with the AAKP, I'm also the patient editor for the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology, CJSN. I'm also on the board of directors of the Kidney Health Initiative, which is a public-private partnership between the American Society of Nephrology and the US FDA. KHI has a mission to catalyze innovation and development of safe and effective patient-centered therapies for people living with kidney diseases. And for today's session on Global Kidney Patient Voice, the key to accelerating innovation, industry efforts across the globe advancing kidney patient care, I had the pleasure of conducting a series of interviews with national and global companies in the kidney space that are leading the effort to disrupt the status quo by making an investment in new treatments to address the many unmet needs of people living with kidney diseases, while also working tirelessly to integrate the patients and their unique insights along the way. In full disclosure, based upon my professional background working with life science companies, I have consulted for some of the organizations that I have interviewed. I enjoyed speaking with all these industry representatives across the globe and ask you to join me in watching excerpts of these interviews. Full interviews will be available post-Global Summit on demand on AAKP's social media platforms and YouTube channel. Thank you, and I hope you're just as inspired listening to these discussions as I was conducting them.
The patient's voice and participation are immeasurably powerful and the best way to spread awareness of the latest resources, treatments, and advancements. I implore patients to share your insights and knowledge with your doctors, your legislators, and social media in forums, at meetups, and with your insurance companies if needed. Find or build your network and community. I have been lucky enough to witness the benefit of such a strong community that for us began with our clinical trial recruitment efforts and extends now to helping develop, educate, and inform patients about resources available and ways to manage their disease journey. Without the participation of patients who joined our clinical trials, we would not have been able to bring the first and only medication specifically designed for IgA nephropathy to market. Without the work of patients, we wouldn't know the most useful tools there are to assist in their journey. Your voice is such a powerful tool. Collaborate, share, and shout out. Promote advancements and new findings. Share your resources, and this includes continuing to work together to further advancements in early and correct diagnosis where appropriate. Well, my personal interactions with kidney patients started when I joined Calliditas Therapeutics. I did what any good researcher would do. I headed to Google and started looking for relevant advocacy groups. After some digging, I came across a grassroots advocacy group focused on IgA nephropathy, the rare disease we were developing a medication for. Within a year after my first interaction, in August 2019, spearheaded by a small group and a large foundation and the FDA, they held in August 2019 an externally led patient-focused drug development meeting, an ELPFDD in Maryland. At this meeting, industry and the FDA listened to patient testimonials and panels to learn the patient journey and challenges with managing a rare kidney disease. I was hearing and learning information from patients that did not match exactly what I had learned to date for some practicing physicians. This was eye-opening and a clear indication how the voice of the patient needs to be heard when designing clinical trials and considering endpoints for regulatory approval in areas where no treatments exist. I am certain that innovation, perseverance, and success comes with collaboration from the entire community, for which we have an industry where we're trying to address an unmet need. Calliditas is evidence of what can happen and this unique collaboration happens, and hopefully can be seen as an example for others. Now, as it relates to top barriers for innovation, for rare diseases, you're looking at a function of the fact that there are thousands of rare diseases that have regulatory pathways that have yet to be defined, and a lack of a true understanding of the nuances of these diseases and their market size. In addition, locating and enrolling patients for clinical trials is a challenge. Over the years, we've made progress. The FDA now has an accelerated pathway using surrogate endpoints to speed up the regulatory process, and industry continues to evolve in attempts to speed up clinical trial recruitment. Calliditas Therapeutics, once again, is a good example of a company that had an innovative product that had to work with FDA and academics to develop a regulatory pathway to approval for an innovative medication for a rare disease. I am so proud of the work that is being done at Calliditas Therapeutics. Not only did we bring the first and only product designed specifically for IgA nephropathy to market earlier this year, we also launched a patient program designed to bring the latest resources directly to those seeking more information about the management of their disease. This platform is called IgAN Connect and features information, resources, tips and tricks, and patient stories. It provides advice on questions to ask your physician and helps connect patients. It provides the community for patients in a rare disease where the journey can be very lonely. While this isn't directly impacting treatment advancement, we are hoping to arm patients and caregivers with the tools they need to advance in their own treatment journey. Finally, we are continuing to partner with and support foundations that are dedicated to elevating the community and further encouraging developments in the space.
I'd like to thank again the vast number of industry partners that took the time to sit down and have a discussion with me. Through AAKP Global, launched in 2019, AAKP is engaged globally because we are committed to educating patients, leaders, and companies across the globe on the importance of kidney disease prevention, new innovations in treatment, and the opportunity to save more lives. We believe that united patient voice can drive innovation and the policy decisions that determine timely regulation and payment for new and safe treatments. Globally, AAKP is working with patients, medical professionals, researchers, and medical industry allies, such as those you just heard from, to cultivate a united consortium led by patients. AAKP believes that this global consortium can advance innovation and change kidney care in countries where health systems or infrastructures do not support patient consumer choice or access to care treatments. Again, thank you to each of our industry partners for sharing with us the innovations their companies are working on or has available to improve kidney care from prevention and diagnosis to transplantation or access to care treatments.